subject to scrutiny here. And I did a Catholic video, so I figured I'd do an Islamic video and my views on Islam and just the general deal here. A lot of people who are Islamophobic, I'm doing air quotes, are accused of being racist. So this right here just kind of shows it. I mean, you got a ginger, you got an Asian looking guy, you got a really dark looking black dude, and then you got a typical, Middle Eastern looking guy. And they're all they're all Muslims. And, and it's a set of ideals. It's not a race. So you can't be racist. And then you really look at what Islam is, and it is not a moderate religion whatsoever. I mean, you can see this right here. Look at this girl's face. And it says, I heart Islam. My loving father threw acid in my face because I refused to marry an older man who already had a wife. I mean, there are hundreds of those stories. And I thought this one was really interesting. You can look at all the deaths from, was that Stalin, 62 million, Hitler, 21 million, and what's that Asian guy? China's Communist Party, 49 million. I forget that dude's name. 270 million in the last 1,400 years. That's 528 people a day, 22 people an hour. Wow. That's insanity. And that's real facts. You can look those kind of stuff up. I wouldn't have picked that one if I didn't already fact check it, but it's pretty dang. And then we start looking at like this. And these are out of the Quran. Muhammad, age 51, with his favorite child bride, Aisha, age 6. And it says, Muhammad would take a bath with the little girl and fondle her. And that's from the Bukhari 6-298. And it said, Muhammad deflowered prepubescent Aisha when he was 54 and she was 9 years old. And that's also from Bukhari 762 and 88. And then in Islam, rape, marriage, and divorce of prepubescent children is allowed. That's the Quran 65:4. Muslims, in fact, Allah himself considered Muhammad to be the ideal man. And those two passages in Quran. So, I'm not saying there can't be moderate Muslims, but I mean, with these kind of just basic ideals in their Bible, and I mean, they're spinning it around pretty good. And you can see this guy wearing a Coca-Cola shirt, and if you know the CC and that's the third letter of the alphabet, so the fact that he's wearing a Coca-Cola shirt just kind of makes me feel like it might have been staged. But that's a whole nother video. I thought this one was pretty interesting from Albert Einstein. He's supposed to be one of the biggest science people ever. And he says, science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. And man, out of all the Albert Einstein quotes, whether you agree or disagree with some of his theories, I think that's probably his best quote by far. I thought that was interesting earlier when I saw it. And then, I mean, you can see these dead kids right here. And I mean, you can Google it, like Christians being murdered by Muslims, and that's what they're basically doing. They're just pitting the two world's biggest religions. That way, the only religion after that left is Judaism, and it's Israel. Why do you think they're fighting Israel? Everyone in the Middle East and around that area hates Israel. I thought this was interesting. It's the same guy in every one of these news stories. It's always the same dude screaming and yelling whenever there's something about, it says Illuminati killers. And in fact, his name is Rabbi Shlomo Ettinger, working for Mossad. Everyone should know the truth. So he's a rabbi. He's actually a Jewish person. This is a brain surgeon. I love this guy. He was good on the race. I mean, he probably would have been a decent president, but Islam Sharia law is not compatible with the U.S. Constitution. And it says literally took a brain surgeon to figure this out. Oh, shit. That's why these people, I mean, these liberals are so dumb. Liberals for Islam, and they don't realize that when the time comes, those Muslims are going to kill them for doing the exact things. And then I hit this Islam in America thing, and I get all this crazy stuff. And then it says how Islam is secretly transforming, Islam in America, Islam clash in America. Then right here, Washington Post, 5 myths about Muslims in America, of course. Newsweek. And you got to look at how Muslims act when they're the minority in a country, which they are right now. They're all about minority rights and all that kind of stuff. But, okay. And then I thought this was interesting because I didn't really get into that. But you see these LGBT or BTG or whatever Q people. And they're all like protesting for Muslims. And this is ridiculous. Or in New York Times, the second one, it says, Islam say about being gay, and it says, the hostility of many Muslims toward homosexuality has little basis in the Quran, which is bull, because I just brought up a bunch of those. We can look those up next. But there's many passages about murdering, beheading, killing, honor killings for homosexuals. And then here we go. Now, I put Islamic view of homosexuality, that's all. So those are news articles. Let's just look at the images, because that tells... Picture's worth 1,000 words. There's the one right there. Throwing that dude. They tied his arms behind his back and hucked him off this building. You can look these up. These are very famous. Those are actually what I was kind of looking for. It is believed to harm the health of individuals. It is forbidden in the Quran. It's punishable by death in Sharia law. Homosexuality is a threat to the stability of Islamic society. They cannot produce children. Queer, Muslim, and proud. Anyway, yeah, you can look all this up as much as you want because it's very, very prevalent. You should look at the Twitter responses when the first 2 gay Muslim men had a marriage here in America. It was dang near a riot. Millions of tweets going on. But it is definitely not allowed. And if you're in a country where Muslims are the majority, you'll probably be executed for it under Sharia law. Okay, there we go. These are the ones. This is funny right here. I think this is so funny. Gays for Islam. They're like, no to islamophobia. And look at these people. Idiots. White guilt idiots. But I'm sorry, that's besides the point. But look at these 2 gay guys they found. What are they doing to them? They crucified them. They probably shot them or hung them, or if they're going to throw rocks at them. I don't know if they're dead here or not. They're probably dead now. Trying to tell gays getting thrown from the top of a tall building will hurt more than a Trump presidency. I don't know. That could be yes or no on that. We'll see. Purple Jihad, gay Muslims for peace and the destruction of Israel. Now look at that. That's interesting. I'd love to see who started that and what's going on there. Why do you think they want to destroy Israel so bad? What's so bad about Israel? I think, they want their homelands. It's a little more than that. I mean, if you really start looking at the... That's funny right here. This one's funny. Thinks Islam countries treat LGBTs better than America does. And it says because you never hear of a gay nightclub in Iran getting shot up. Because they don't have any. It would never open. But I don't know, subject to scrutiny. Like I said, I just feel like it's more social programming, and they're just trying to pit everyone against each other, so no one's looking at the people who are really pulling the strings and causing the problems. But like, share, subscribe.